Chapter 7. The Fractured Chorus. Shine, O spark, through night's cruel veil, for songs endure where stars may fail. The sky-reach plains stretched endless under a bruised sky, their grasses swaying in a wind that carried no song. Liora's boots crunched on brittle stalks, each step a reminder of the stars' fading voices. Her pendant hummed faintly, its lyre shape warm against her chest, but the weight of Kale's words pressed heavier. A starfall. Your pendant's tied to it. She glanced at Alia, walking close, her star pendant glinting with innocent hope. Could Liora protect her, or was she leading them all into a disaster her mother had known? Mira strummed her lute softly, weaving a melody to lift the group's spirits. "We need a proper marching song," she said, her auburn braids bouncing. "Something epic for Liora Starweaver Supreme." Liora managed a small laugh, but her heart wasn't in it. "Save it for when we actually reach the spire, Mira." Kale ahead didn't look back. His flute swayed at his belt, his posture tense, as if the plains themselves might betray them. Since his revelation about the starfall, a cataclysm caused by Starweaver's songs, he'd grown quieter, his gray eyes haunted. Liora wanted to ask about his mentor, about the silencer, but his silence was a wall she couldn't breach. Elia tugged her hand, her voice shy. "Liora, do you think I can transform like you? With the light and everything?" Leora's chest tightened. She remembered her own transformation in the plains, the starlight gown, the lyre of light. It had felt right, like a piece of her soul made real, but teaching it was another matter. "Maybe," she said, kneeling to meet Elia's eyes. "It's about trusting your song. We'll practice soon, I promise." A low hum interrupted them, not from their pendants but from the ground. The grasses parted, revealing a cluster of small star looms, their crystals flickering like candles in a storm. The aria of courage, once a bold anthem, was a fractured wisp, its notes jagged and wrong. Leora's pendant pulsed, and a chill ran through her. "Kale," she called, "something's off." He spun, flute in hand. "Get back," he said, his voice sharp. "It's a trap." Before Liora could move, the star looms flared, their light twisting into a sickly green. Shadows erupted, coalescing into a single null, massive and serpentine, its body a writhing mass of inky vines. Its void eyes fixed on Liora, and a whisper slithered through her mind. "Sing, and you will break." "Elia, stay with Mira," Liora shouted, shoving the girl toward her friend. Mira strummed her lute, a defiant chord ringing out, but the null's silence swallowed it, making her wince. Kale played a dissonant note, his shockwave cracking the ground, but the null slithered past, its vines lashing toward Liora. Her pendant blazed, and she didn't hesitate. She sang, her voice clear and fierce, and starlight answered. Threads of silver burst from the pendant, spiraling into a gown of shimmering constellations, its hem pulsing with nebulae. Her curls glowed, her hazel eyes flared with celestial fire, and a lyre of radiant light formed in her hands, its strings taut with power. She was a star weaver, her song a blade against the dark. Liora strummed the lyre, weaving a shield that deflected the null's vines. Kale's flute surged, his dissonance joining her harmony, a tempest of light and chaos that drove the creature back. Mira's lute bolstered them, her chords a heartbeat in the silence, and Alia sang a trembling note, her star pendant sparking a faint thread wove into Leora's shield. The null roared, its vines splitting into a dozen tendrils, each tipped with claws. Liora's song faltered, her shield flickering, but a new voice cut through, a cold, crystalline whisper. The silencers stepped from the shadows, their fractured mask gleaming, their cloak billowing like liquid night. "You cannot save them," they said, their voice a blade. "Your song will call the starfall again." Leora's heart stuttered. But she held her ground, her lyre glowing. "Why are you doing this?" she demanded, her voice echoing with starlight. "What do you know about my mother?" The silencer tilted their head, a flicker of something, sorrow, in their stance. "She sang as you do, and it broke the sky." They raised a hand, and the null surged, its vine shattering Liora's shield. Kale's dissonance flared, pushing the null back, but the silencer's silence was stronger, a void that dulled their magic. Mira's lute faltered, and Alia's song broke into a sob. Leora's vision blurred, her transformation wavering, but she saw her mother's face in her mind, singing, fearless. She strummed her lyre, her voice soaring, and a new thread wove, a net of pure starlight brighter than before. The net trapped the null, its vines dissolving, but the silencer vanished, their whisper lingering. "The spire will show you." The creature collapsed into shadow, and Leora's transformation faded, her gown dissolving, her lyre gone. She fell to her knees, gasping, her pendant warm but heavy. Mira rushed to her, Alia clinging to her side. "You were incredible," Mira said, her eyes shining. "That net, it was like a supernova." Kale lowered his flute, his face pale. "You're getting stronger," he said, but his voice was tight. "Too strong. The silencer's not just hunting you, they're testing you." Leora's breath caught. The silencer's words, "She sang as you do," tied her mother to the starfall, to her pendant, to this fight. She looked at Alia, at Mira's fierce grin, at Kale's guarded hope. "We keep going," she said, her voice steady despite the fear. "To the spire, for answers." The star looms flickered, their fractured chorus a faint hum. As the group moved on, Leora's pendant pulsed, and a single star flared above, its song sharp and unfamiliar. The silencer was watching, and the spire was closer, but so was the truth, and it scared her more than any null.